Hi there, welcome to Yoga for Bone Health, and meet you on the mat. So coming to our mountain pose, standing tall, maybe just rocking forward and back, toe to heel a little bit, and maybe a little side to side, shoulder roll, little wiggles and jiggles, and then we'll just come to relative stillness. Maybe bring a hand to heart, hand to belly. Just honoring and acknowledging that you showed up today for this practice. You showed up for yourself. Just taking a moment to connect with breath and body. Maybe setting a little intention for yourself. Exploring your limits without going beyond them. And then we'll release. Open the eyes. And we'll start rolling the shoulders. Breathing in. Breathing out. Let's get a little wider with the arms. And a little wider. A little wider. Until we have some great big circles with the arms. And see if you can notice the shoulder blades as you bring the arms forward, how they come apart. As you bring them back, how they come together. Just getting curious about the movement. Great. All right, we'll grow tall. Inhale, exhale, drop the chin down towards the chest. Let the back of the neck nice and long, and then a little to the left, a little to the right, a little back and forth. We'll bring the chin up and then take ear to shoulder. Inhale up, ear to the other shoulder. Inhale up, great. Roll up the shoulders. Great. Bring your palms together like prayer and push. Really push so that you can feel your pectorals kind of like engaging. Then we're going to cup our hands and pull. Grow tall, lift the kneecaps, lift the navel, pull, 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 pull. Push. And pull. Inhale, push. And pull. One more time, inhale, push. And pull. Great. Interlace the fingers and push through the wrists. Feel the shoulder blades draw away. Interlace your fingers behind your back. Squeeze the shoulder blades, heart lifts. Reach the arms up so that you can feel those shoulders in the front stretch. So we contracted them. Now we're stretching. Let's bring the arms forward again, stretching through the shoulder blades. And then the opposite way. Contracting of the shoulder blades. Hug in the belly, lift the navel, hug in the ribs. Release and roll up the shoulder. Great. Okay, bring your arms up to a prayer. Like the whole forearms. And if you're able to get the elbows to touch, we'll get the elbows to touch. Feet are hip distance apart. Reach the fingertips up to the sky. Take a big breath in. Exhale, bend the knees. This is just a squat. And we're going to reach our arms back so that we feel our triceps kind of engage. And then inhale into that prayer forearm. Reach, exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. So thighs are parallel. Bending at the knees, not going past the toes. Stretching up the arms. almost like a really like a slow motion cross country ski, a bit exaggerated. Last one. And release. Roll at the shoulders. Good. Let's turn the palms out and reach the arms up. Grab onto your right wrist with your left hand. Inhale, exhale, side body. Inhale up, exhale, like you're kind of, like if you were folding over a beach ball. We want to get nice and tall and long in the spine. Reach up. Trace those angel wings back behind you. Stretch at the face. Okay. Feet a little bit wider. Start with hands kind of at the hips. We're going to inhale down. Exhale, reach up into the side, and we lift up that heel. Inhale and exhale. Inhale. Exhale. As best you can. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. And release. Roll up the shoulders. Okay. Feet still kind of wide and toes kind of pointed to the side. All right. But close enough that you can kind of get up on your, kind of rise up on your tiptoes a little bit. How does that feel? Okay. All right. So as we rise up on our tiptoes, we're going to reach our arms up. Good. Now we're going to add. So we're going to inhale and kind of bend the knees. Bring your hands just down to one side, then back up. Push up through. When you go slowly, it's tippy. Then we go to the other side, like we're reaching down. So up, bend the knees, tiptoes, bend the knees. Inhale. So go as quickly as you want to. This is designed to get the heart rate going and heat up the body. And release. Good. Roll out the shoulders. Grab the chair. Let's do a little cat-cow before our sun salutation. So a little lift of the tail, lift of the heart. Feel the belly come down. Inhale. Exhale, round. Inhale. And let's bring a little softness into the knees. But when we lift that tail up, we want to be feeling some lengthening in the back of the leg. Inhale. Exhale. And release. Great. So coming to our sun salutation, hands on the seat of the chair or on the back of the chair, we'll come into our forward fold. And just sway back and forth at the shoulders a little bit first. And then start pedaling the knees and pedaling your pelvis. All right, let's inhale, right foot comes forward. Float your arms up to the sky. Exhale, bring the hands down and step back. Inhale, left side. Exhale. Repeating, right side at your own pace. Repeating left side. All right, inhale that right foot forward, left foot comes out to the side a little bit. Rising up, squeeze the energy of the legs together, grow tall, and we'll do the push, pull. So hands in prayer, push, pull, connect breath with movement, push, pull, heart is lifted, nice and tall, push, pull, good, and release. We'll take our hands down, pivot your back foot forward, and come into a forward fold. Inhale your left foot forward, right foot comes out to the side. We're in our warrior one leg. Squeeze the thighs, press back into the heels. Interlace the fingers, push through the wrists, shoulder blades draw away from each other. Then interlace the fingers, squeeze the shoulder blades, lift the heart, feel that stretch, the front of the shoulder. Just do that one more time. Really squeeze the energy of your legs together. And in behind. And then we're going to release, bring your hands down. Pivot the foot, come into that forward fold once again. Maybe bend the knees, straighten the legs, do any little wiggles, whatever feels good. And we'll walk our feet back to the chair. And grab your heaviest weights for the legs. So bringing those weights right to the front of the knee, growing really tall, and we'll just lift and lower. Feeling stretch. The front of the ankle, calves. Great. Bring the weights in just a little bit. Lift the leg up, reach it forward, lift it up, tuck it in. Doing this while keeping the torso steady. Last one on this side. And release and switching sides. So Lynn, maybe just opting out of the weight for the knee that's bothering you a little bit. Really hugging at the ribs, growing tall up through the crown of the head, feeling that navel lifting up, steadying the torso as we lift. Okay, we do one more. And release. Okay, so weights are about halfway at the thigh. We're going to grow tall, inhale, really engage the core, lift it up, step it over, lift it up, bring it back. We'll just isolate this one leg. Great, change sides. And release. Okay, we're going to bring those weights as close as you can, right to that hip joint. Feet are hip distance, coming forward in the chair. We're going to lean forward on an inhale. Exhale. Kind of thrust that hip forward. Tap down. Tap down. Sitting back. Really engaging those glutes. See if you can lift the thighs up as you squeeze the glutes and shift the hips forward. So I really want you to engage the front of the leg and the back of the leg. Last one. Okay, great work. So putting those down and moving the chair. We're gonna need it in a minute, so I'm just gonna leave it here. And then I would say grab like a medium weight. And we're gonna bring the weight up onto your shoulders. It'll look like this on the side. Okay. And then we're gonna bring the feet a little bit wide. Almost like goddess wide, toes out to the corners. All right, we're gonna squat down, inhale. Reach up, kind of across, but not like tons. Inhale, exhale. And you can push through the ball of the foot, at the same side that your arm is lifting up. So I want you to think about this as a core exercise. I know we're doing a lot of legs, and we're doing a lot of arms, but I want you to feel really, really solid in your core, supporting this movement. Last one. And release. Okay. Move to, let's just start with a lightweight for this. And we're gonna do it 3 times, so you can move up as you want to, but it can be between light and medium. So I'm going to have my chair here. I'm winded by that one. Facing the seat of the chair. I'm just gonna bring my hand to the chair and come to a forward fold. Now I'm just gonna soften my knees a little bit, and I'm gonna take my weight in my left hand. Before I do anything with this left hand, I'm really gonna engage the core, so I'm lifting the navel up towards the spine, hugging in the ribs. Bring the elbow so that the front of the arm is in line with the torso. We'll take a big breath in. Exhale, push back and feel the tricep, that muscle in the back of the arms. Okay, so we're gonna alternate this tricep, and then when we bring it down, the arm is like in a 90 degrees, but we're just gonna kind of wing it out to the side, bring it back in. Tricep, and wing it out to the side. Tricep, so keep the arm kind of squeezed in as we're doing the tricep, and then we wing it out to the side. So I'll just show you what it looks like from the front. Tricep, and out to the side. Tricep, and out to the side. So check in that your core is engaged, the navel is lifting up, your knees are somewhat softened. Now this is going to be the last one. Release, bend the knees, come to stand. Switch the weight over. Bring your hand on your chair, soften the knees, hug in at the belly. Hug in the upper arm into your torso. Hand is elbow's about at 90. Tricep. So I really push it up. Okay, and then out to the side. Push it up and up. Now I'm not lifting it too high when I bring it out to the side. It's called a fly curl. So the arm has got like a bit of a curl shape to it, like it's not a straight elbow when it comes out to the side. Okay, last one. And release. And come to stand. So just make a mental note about the weight that you just used. And if you think the next round, you want to go heavier than that. Okay, so just kind of mental note. Grab your medium weight. We're coming back to that goddess reach. So picking up what you think is going to be appropriate. for this second round. We're doing 3 rounds. So we inhale, come down, and exhale, kind of push up into the ball of the foot, inhale down, and reach. Once again, put all of your attention and awareness into the core. Try to stay as long as you can in the spine. Keep the navel lifted. Because we don't want to kind of round the back in any way. We want to feel really solid. Last one. And release. Hands come down. Feet together. Okay, back to our tricep and fly curl. Whew, that one really wins me. Okay. Setting up, feet hip distance, slightly bend the knees, lift your booty up, hug the navel in, push back, out to the side. Push back, and out to the side. I'm just gonna come and watch a little bit. So we're not swinging from the shoulder when we're doing the tricep. It's all the extension from the elbow. And then when we do the fly, the out to the side, that's a shoulder retraction. The shoulder blade comes in towards the spine. And you can slow it down to really feel it out. Yeah, great. All right, and switch sides. Really hugging the knees, push back, and then out to the side. Push back, out. Push back. Okay, last tricep, last fly. And release. And once again, thinking about the weight, your weight choice, and if you want to change it for the next time. Here we go. Inhale. Exhale, push up on the ball of the foot to reach up. And once again, core exercise. Hug in the wrist, lift the navel. Take your time. Inhale down. Exhale up. One more on each side. Okay. Take a moment if you need to. And grab on to a light up to medium. I don't want you using heavy weights for this tricep fly combo. Like mine is a 5 and that's like max that I'm willing to go on this. Now, when you're doing the fly exercise, your arm is coming out like this, right? So think about how you're squeezing the shoulder blade in toward the spine, right? And then you're opening up through the chest when you do the fly. So let's get set up. Upper arm glued in, 90 degree at the elbow, so you push up. And then shoulder blade towards the spine. Push up. Last one. Switch to the other side. So if you're feeling winded, that's pretty normal. Okay. Starting on the other side. And last one. That's great. So if you're feeling kind of like tired, like your muscles, that's great. Okay, that is exploring your limits, and hopefully you haven't gone beyond them. And if you're kind of in between, but if you felt like really like that was nothing at all, then you've got to start exploring, okay, I might need to get some heavier weights. Okay, so moving on, we're going to do a little warm up here first. We're going to take just like a kind of medium wide stance and take our left foot out to the side and have your arms to the side, but we're going to take our right arm up and our left arm is down, going to toward that extended foot. Inhale, exhale. Now we're going to inhale, reach down, and exhale, come up. Inhale, reach down, exhale. So think about this as core. We're lengthening the side body, and then we're using that side body to contract and lift the body up with a tall spine. So think tall spine, taller spine as you come up. Inhale, tall spine, taller spine as you come up. Okay, switch sides. Inhale down, lengthening, exhale, grow taller. Inhale, tall spine, exhale, grow taller. Now keeping your arm up, we're not reaching it over. Okay, we're keeping it up and release. Good. Grab a light to medium weight. You know what's coming. We're going to add weight to this, right? So I'm just going medium, but we're going to be doing it 3 times. So if you want to start light and build up, perfect. So our left foot is pointed out to the side, and let's reach our right arm up, just like we practiced. So inhale, we're getting long, 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 long. Exhale, grow taller. Inhale, grow long, 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 long. And exhale, grow taller. As if like you're kind of holding on to something with that right hand and reaching up. Last one. Switch sides. Inhale, reach up, exhale, grow tall. Inhale, long, exhale, taller. Make any little adjustments that you need to along the way. Both legs are pretty much straight, and everything that we're doing is core. Core, 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 core. I'm cursing my own name, so you don't have to. Okay. And release. All right. Grab your lightest weights. And turn your right palm so that it's kind of in front of the thigh. And your left palm is beside it. See how it's kind of alternating? So in a minute, we're going to be taking our arms out to the side like this, and then you're going to switch it like that. So we're not going to go higher than shoulders. So make sure you're in mountain, lift the arches, the kneecaps lift the core, roll the shoulders, lift the heart. Inhale, exhale. So it's opposite direction. And then you just got to kind of change your position. So just taking note of these weights and making a choice kind of in advance about what weight you're going to use next time. Okay, this is going to be the last one. And release. Turn both palms forward. Squeeze in bicep. I know that's easy, but we're going to turn the palms away. And this is what we're really wanting to do, is just go slowly down and really get at the forearms. Turn the palms. Squeeze in biceps and then turn the palms again so that they're forward. Moving really slowly. Last one. Okay. Moving back to our side bend. And picking up 2 weights. Light to medium. Let's take our left foot out to the side. This is like kind of like a small triangle pose. Okay. And let's keep both arms at your side with the 2 weights. If at any point that is too much, then either put the weights lower or get rid of this one on your right. Inhale, grow tall. Exhale, long in the spine. Inhale up. Exhale, long in the spine. Inhale. Try to keep your shoulders stacked. See how both my shoulders are facing forward? What I want to avoid is this kind of thing. That's going to twist your spine, and that's not going to be useful for you in the long run. Okay, last one, and come back up. Switch it over. Inhale down. Exhale up. So going your pace. And it doesn't matter how far you go down, you know. Really, like the max here that I'm at is just going down to my knee. Because we're kind of at a short stance and we're focusing in on the side body strength rather than like deep flexibility here. Okay, last one. And release. Okay, so moving back to that shoulder one, I'm gonna keep my mediums in my hand. That's really going to increase the difficulty. So you decide if you want to go up 1 or 2 pounds. So one hand is in front of the thigh and one hand is at the side. We're gonna lift the arches of the feet, the kneecaps, lift the navel, lift the heart, raise up through the crown of the head. Inhale, exhale. Forward into the side, switch it. Forward into the side and switch it. With control, steadiness, you start to feel, effort, just noticing it, and either stopping or we'll just add one more on each side here. Okay. And release. I'm keeping the same weights for this final side body, our oblique exercise, but you can go down. I've got 5s in each and I wouldn't go heavier than that. Okay, we've got heel to arch alignment, and this time we'll take that right arm up overhead. Left arm is down. Let's lift the knee, we'll get really tall. And this is why it's important. Now keep the weight up. Don't let it come up and over your head. It's like you're just keeping it up. Yeah, good. Like you're holding on to a bar on your ceiling or something. Like this upper arm is barely moving. And keep both shoulders pointed forward. One more. Bring that down. Opposite arm up. Inhale down. Exhale. Inhale down. Exhale up. Last one. Bend the elbow and bring that down. So just take a mental note. Holding this weight up like that should have really felt like I'm holding a weight up into the air for like a minute and a half. Like that's your weight resistance, right? If you're not feeling anything, move on up. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna stick with these weights. Actually, I think we forgot to do this one, the last one. That's no problem. Palms facing forward, bicep, turn the wrists, and then slowly bring it down. So I increased my weight for this one. And you really notice it when you do it slowly and bring that weight down. Okay, let's make this one really slow, really intentional. and release. Okay, I'm gonna keep these weights and we're gonna bring our hands there. One is in front and one is at the side. Inhale, exhale. No higher than your shoulders. So, as we go through the motions here, pay attention to, now I'm gonna just stop so I can point to this, but you keep going. When we lift this up, we're really getting into the strength of our back. And when we lift the arm forward, that's our shoulder, front of the shoulder. So just see if you can kind of notice and pay attention. Okay, last ones on each side. Okay, and release. Let's come down onto the floor. And shoes off. And bring some of your heavy weights along for the ride. And some mediums. It's always good to have some lights. Just bring them all, I guess, to the top of your mat. Okay. Keep hip distance, reach forward, scroll down, or simply lay down on your side. Coming down, oh. And hugging the knees. Just take a moment to connect with your breath here. You know, it's funny, today I was like, I'm gonna take it easy on you guys this week, because last week was a real challenge, but I don't think I did. I don't think I took it easy on you today. There was a lot of challenge in that. So just reconnect with the breath. Maybe squeeze and spread the toes. Point and flex. Circle the ankles. One way, circle them the other way. Okay. Grabbing onto your heavy weight or two medium weights to make it a bit heavier, bringing that to your pelvis. Feet hip distance, knees are bent. Tuck your shoulders under, press into your head and shoulders and into the feet. Inhale, exhale. Let's lift the hips up and inhale down. Exhale, lift the hips up and inhale down. As you do this, checking that your thighs are parallel. Hugging in at the glutes, feeling that stretch along the femurs, the thighs. And then release. Roll that over. And grab your two light weights. So we're going to press into the head, tuck the shoulders under, and press your navel down so the low back and the floor gap is removed. Bring your arms up with a bit of rounding. Now I know we've been doing this one a lot, but I think it's really good to practice this to strengthen our pectorals. So we're coming out. So this is fly like we did with the chair earlier. And tricep, which we did with the chair. So we're going to just bend at the elbow, bringing the weight kind of to the head and then pushing it back up. So it's fly on both sides, out, and then a skull crusher where we just bend the elbow. And it might be that these weights, you know, they're too light to notice, feel effort. So go ahead and switch if you want to. Just check in if you're still engaging at the core. Last one. And release. Good. Grab the heavy weight again and bring it onto your pelvis for the hip lift. Tuck the shoulders, tuck the chin slightly, press into the head, shoulders, feet. Inhale, exhale, lift. Inhale down. Exhale, lift. Inhale down. Don't look left or right. Just keep your head neutral. Keep the thighs parallel. Feet or hip distance, point it forward. Tuck in the glutes to lift. And release. So we're going to repeat our fly and tricep, or fly and skull crusher. So I'm going to go up a little bit in weight. You do you. Bring the arms up so that they're up and over your head. Press your navel down. Arms are slightly rounded. As you bring the arms out to the side, the elbows touch, but the forearms stay lifted, and then we bring it in together. Bend the elbows, kind of bring the weight to your head, and then push it up. Out to the side, in, bend elbow. So working the same muscles, but gravity is changing the dynamic of it, right? And release. All right, let's just switch to our hip thrust again. I'm just going to come and get a little closer in so I can observe. So setting up, tuck those shoulders under, gentle tuck of the chin. When you're ready, lifting the hips up, bringing it down. Yeah, try to keep the knees a little closer together, Lynn. There we go. They don't have to touch. The thighs just need to be parallel. You don't want a V shape in the leg. You want two railroad tracks. You got it. Even doing this exercise without any weights is very good for the pelvis, especially pelvic floor. So yeah, that's great. Okay, and release. And then grabbing those weights to do the fly and skull crusher. Make sure you're pressing the navel down so that the core is engaged as you open up out to the side. And then bring it in. So Leslie, you can have a little more bend in your elbow for your fly. Okay. But little more bend, Leslie, a little more bend in the elbow. So the elbow can come down to touch if that feels okay, but make sure, yeah, and then a little more bend in the elbow. Good. That's great. Yeah. All right. And release. So let's just stretch out a little bit here. We'll take our hands at the knees and just make some circles. Maybe stretch out the face at the same time. And then change the direction of the circles. Bring your feet up, knees out, grab onto your shins, ankles, or the outsides of the feet. Riding that horse upside down, grab on into the outsides of the feet. Maybe you can rock or just kind of find stillness. When you're ready, bring the feet toward each other, knees away from each other. And then we'll take the feet nice and wide. Grab onto your elbows, head and neck stay neutral, just drop the elbows to the left, knees to the right. And then back up to center and reverse. Elbows to the right, knees to the left. And then release. Come into your preferred shape for Shavasana. Tucking the shoulders under, letting the feet drop to the sides. Breathing in and out. And just allowing the body to settle into the floor. And recognizing this time that we set aside for rest. And if your mind is kind of popping around all kinds of thoughts, just acknowledging, bringing the attention to the sensations of breath, observing the body breathing itself. If the mind wanders away, just reaching out a hand and guiding it back, this imaginary hand, as if like a toddler got disinterested and started wandering away, and then you bring it back. Check in that you're soft at the jaw and the face. Breathing in and out at the chest. Just allowing this to just flow freely. Softening the belly. Allowing the legs to be Just soft and heavy, letting go of your hold on the legs. And let's take in 3 big breaths in, and when we exhale, it's like with a nice audible sigh, breathing in fully to the base of the lungs. Exhale. And again. And again. It's squeeze and spread the toes, open, close the hands, squeeze and spread out the face, maybe circle the wrists and the ankles. And inhaling your arms up overhead for gentle full body stretch. Release. In your own time, bending the knees and rolling over to your side of choice. Soaking up all those good feels. And slowly coming up either to sitting on the floor or moving to your chair, maintaining this inward focus as we breathe in, as we breathe out. Just let your shoulders be really soft, just allowing the breath to move the shoulders from the inside out. And acknowledging all the effort that we brought to our shoulders today, front, side, and back of the shoulder, our side body. And I'll invite you to bring your hands up to heart center, taking a moment to thank yourself for taking care of yourself in this way. And we'll take a big breath in, seal with the unifying Om. So much for practicing with me today. And we'll see you soon.